The day the sun was swallowed by the shadows in broad daylight, and the marble jewel of the Roman Empire was devoured by the bowels of the earth. August 24th of the year 358 AD. Nicomedia was the undisputed pride of Rome, the ancient and lavish capital chosen by Diocletian, a vibrant metropolis, overflowing with majestic bathhouses, grand libraries, and immaculate temples. But at the dawn of that August morning, a suffocating gloom suddenly entombed the city. It was 2 hours of absolute and terrifying darkness in the middle of the day. Panic seized the citizens, who ran blindly through the streets. In the pitch-black sky, monstrous lightning bolts began to tear through the ash clouds. Dense, deafening thunderstorms erupted, yet failed to drop a single drop of rain. Today, science calls this phenomenon earthquake lights, the electrical fury of rocks on the verge of shattering under extreme pressure. Natural philosophers debated blindly, trying to calm the terrified masses. They argued, in vain, that hurricane-force winds had been trapped in subterranean tunnels, desperately trying to escape. Then, the brutal, mechanical tension of the underground inferno finally collapsed. The towering white marble columns fell and shattered like fragile glass dominoes. The sanctuaries of the gods crashed down mercilessly upon their kneeling worshippers. However, the physical annihilation of the buildings was merely the beginning of the end. From the gaping chasms and the pulverized homes, a terrifying inferno immediately was born. A hellscape of flames devoured for 5 days and 5 nights the very little that remained standing. The illustrious Romance writer Aristonides of Nicaea was buried forever beneath the charred rubble. His intimate friend, the great pagan orator Libanius, wept inconsolably over the loss of his beloved Temple of the Muses, the leader of the Christian community. Bishop Cecropius could not escape the monumental slaughter either. On that day, death made no distinction between ranks, wealth, slaves, or religions. In the aftermath of the catastrophe, upon the smoldering ashes, a brutal and ruthless ideological war erupted. The pagans fiercely claimed that the earth trembled in mourning and fury of the ancient gods. They proclaimed that nature shook like a bucking horse, violently throwing its rider. The Christians, on the other hand, manipulated the chronicles to rewrite history in their favor. They declared the earthquake as a devastating punishment of divine wrath against the apostasy of the emperor, Julian. Years later, the seismic wrath of the earth would awaken once again with an unexplored terror. An apocalyptic tsunami would draw back the waters until exposing the very abyss of the seafloor, leaving thousands of deep-sea monsters trapped in the deadly mud of Alexandria. Time buries tragedies, but the sediment of the seabed still preserves the exact chemical footprint of that absolute apocalypse. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments. If history moves you as much as it does us, subscribe to The Day Changed Everything so you never miss a single event that transformed the world.